Stayed up till 1 in the morning last night breaking down tables. That was good. Today, we're gonna continue moving more Lego. I'm not too sure exactly how much Lego we're gonna be able to move today, because in addition to the Lego, we also have all this lumber. I don't know if I'll be able to carry some of these huge sheets of wood up the stairs. So we'll play that by ear, but I want to try and get rid of the majority of this lumber and also the majority of this Lego, because then it's just Billy bookcases. That's all there's left after that. And that is huge. Could you imagine if we started hauling these shelves over there? Oh my gosh, that's gonna like transform that studio. We can place all the shelves, clean all the shelves, and then start putting the Lego on the shelves. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so awesome. But I think there's like more than what meets the eye, because it's up on the bulkhead, on the track shelves, on the track shelf over there, up on the bulkhead over here. But for the most part, I think the majority of this Lego can be packed into boxes, so we'll be able to move it very, very efficiently. Yeah, let's get started. Started hauling out some of the mid-sized sheets of melamine, and also packing up boxes full of smaller Lego sets. Look how much you can fit in one box. The issue is I don't have very many large boxes with lids, so you're getting a lot of scenarios like this, where there's like a 4GT popping out of the top, which is all right. We're just not gonna be able to stack things on top of each other, like stack boxes on top of each other, because you got a Ford Raptor bursting out the top. Some of like the larger bins that I have don't have lids, so we're gonna have to figure out a way to fill the truck efficiently. I'm thinking I could probably put like a base layer of lumber, like put all these 2x6s in there, all these 4x4 posts in there, some of these mid-sized sheets of melamine. I don't think I'm gonna create a base layer with the ski hill or mansion though. But maybe, just maybe, we could build a pretty good foundation using the Billy bookcases, because I think you can fit 4 of them on their side, and then we can just put the boxes on top. I don't really wanna put the boxes on the back. Some people have been suggesting that I lay them flat and then put the boxes on the back, or for example, lay this on its back and then put sets inside. But this is just like a really flimsy back, and it's just held in place by like little pin nails, so I don't really feel comfortable doing that. But we could put them on their side and then put the boxes on top. We've got one shelf ready to go, and we're working on number 2, 3, and 4. Look at that box full of Lego. That actually looks pretty cool. There's a little bit of everything in there. Same with this box. Well, that's actually all Batman stuff. And there's the Batwing. A whole bunch of walkers, Ghostbusters Ecto 1, a bunch of Lego Creator Expert vehicles in the toaster box. Another tote full, and there you go. Just cruising along here. Not bad at all. We got 4 bookcases, all their shelves, and a bunch of wood loaded in. And now it's time to bring on the Lego. Now this right here is quite the load. And with all that loaded up, this is the state of the Lego room. 4 Billies are gone, and the PAX units are almost empty. Oh yeah, that's beauty. I'm happy that we can fit Lego and the Billy units in one load, plus some wood. It's a win-win-win. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. Pretty awesome. There we go, another successful load. We got the 4 bookcases and then all this Lego loaded into these boxes. Wow, that's a ton of sets in there. Look at these things, they're jammed. I can't believe how much stuff you can fit in that van. Like all these boxes, those bookcases, the shelves for the bookcases, all the lumber, and then also I brought this table here, which is gonna be hugely helpful for when it comes to building the new tables. Now I've got to decide what I'm gonna do with all these sets. Am I gonna go set up these bookcases, put the shelves in them, and then offload all of these sets onto the shelves and start building my displays? And then I can reuse these boxes for the next load? I don't know if I want to do that. I'm sort of a fan of the idea of bringing all the bookcases, setting them up, cleaning them, and then loading them full of Lego in one shot. I just think that would be a lot better, and it'd allow me to sort of digest what I have and set up a better display, because things are always going to change. However, with that said, I don't have any boxes with any lids. Thankfully, Kevin's going to be coming by within the next couple days with more totes, and they have lids, so we'll be able to transport more Lego in those totes along with more bookcases. After all that heavy lifting, I'm getting hungry. It's time to use the toaster for the first time. Bombs away. After I brought those shelves in, I was thinking to myself, I've got 5 shelves here. And the other day I came up with a pretty cool idea of putting shelving behind the computer on that brick wall. I was like, I could put track shelving there, but I don't feel like drilling into the concrete. So I could put billies there, I could put calyx units there, and I was like, you know what, I've got the billies here, let's do it. So I move all the part bins, I move all the tables, get everything out of the way, because of course all that stuff has to slide over the depth of one of those bookcases, which of course is 11 inches. So I just did it. I'm sort of a visual person, like I can come up with ideas and concepts and sort of visualize what it's going to look like, but I can't truly, see what it's going to look like without doing it. And I'm like, all right, let's just get her done. I'm going to be a doer here and just move all of this stuff. So I put the 5 bookcases along the wall there, and then I moved the computer desks back in front. And then once that's all taken care of, it's time to just put all those part bins back up on the tables along the longest wall there. And then I can sort of start to tidy up. I can put the boxes of sealed sets and some of the better boxes back up on top of the parts. And then I also add some shelves to the bookcases along the back there, and I actually put those shelves at the same height as the table. So it's pretty neat because they actually act as table extenders. And I think this is just going to be a great place to feature some Lego sets, because there's not really a whole lot of Lego sets up here, and I may as well have some Lego sets in the place where I'm actually working. This is a Lego studio. How's it going, kids? Are you eating watermelon like an adult? Wow. I love your shoes. Look at them. Aren't those the best shoes ever? I personally would want a pair myself.
You don't need that part? Nope, not that part.
So the shelf setup behind the computer desk is coming along great, and I've got some more ideas in regards to that. But I decided to head home. I wanted to beat the rush hour traffic, wanted to say hello to my kids, and I also want to load up another load of Lego in the van so that I can properly fill those shelves, because I've got a lot of great ideas for those shelves. I want to build a really cool display of some larger Lego sets, and I feel like there's some really good choices down here. Like we've got the Tower of Orthanc on the desk. There's also the Hogwarts Express up there, the Orient Express, a huge Mandalorian helmet, a globe might look pretty neat, maybe a Jurassic Park gate. I don't know, maybe a Death Star or a Slave One. No, I think those will go in the Lego Star Wars room. But maybe this plane up here, or both planes. Those might be neat there. So I think the next haul that I'm gonna do over there is actually just the larger sets, because the haul that we just brought was all the smaller stuff and I packed it away into boxes. And the other day I focused on larger stuff that didn't really need to be put in boxes. And I think today I want to focus on another load that involves larger stuff. So things like the Titanic, ooh, that would look good above my desk there. That would be awesome. One of my favorite sets. Yes. So yeah, let's load up another van load here full of large Lego sets. What are you making for dinner, Jose?
It's like a gnocchi sausage sheet pan.
Gnocchi sausage ham.
Sheets pan meal.
What? How am I supposed to hear you? Benjamin, look at him. He's the hungriest fellow who has ever walked the earth. Look at him. He's so hungry. He's so sad. He's sad all the time. Well, not all the time. Only around dinner time. So I was up until 1:30 in the morning loading the van last night. And it's like really hitting me this morning. And it started to hit me last night too. I am exhausted from this move. I should probably just like take an entire day off. But I'm really eager to get those shelves empty so that I can get the shelves in the van and I can transport the shelves using the van. And in order to do that, you got to move all the Lego. So I still want to bring that load over there today and build those shelves behind the desk, because I think it's going to look sick. I think it already does look sick, to be honest with you. And I think once we get like the Titanic on there and some of my other favorite sets, it's going to look awesome. So I'm eager to do that, but I'm definitely lacking motivation this morning. And I don't show this Bricksie very often. The lacking motivation, exhausted Bricksie. And it definitely happens. But I did some damage last night, that's for sure. So I started transferring some of the Star Wars stuff. You can see there's some empty shelves in that nook there. And then these two shelves are almost completely empty. So that's great. Same with this PAX unit here. I hauled out one of the best cabinets. So there's the two there and then the bigger one. I used to have three of the smaller ones, so I hauled out one of those. I got the Cat D11 and also Pac-Man. I'm thinking those are going to fit on the seat beside me as we go over there today. And then I really started attacking these track shelves over here. Like that was full. So I moved a lot off that stuff, off the wall there. All the space stuff on the left side and then a whack of sets from there. And then also some of the larger Lego Star Wars UCS stuff off that shelf. And also the Titanic from there. And then the large Hogwarts Express, the Mandalorian helmet, moved that as well. That was a casualty, actually. I did something, I performed an amateur maneuver as I was moving the Hogwarts Express, the passenger car. I accidentally grabbed it by the top. I didn't put my hand under it, and I lifted up, and it smashed to the floor. So I just threw it all in a box. I was like, I'll just repair that later. But yeah, that's the state of the Lego room. It's sort of a disaster. But I think we're ready to head over to the new studio and unload that stuff and then hopefully set up those shelves and maybe organize some of the sets that were just like tossed in the bins. I sort of want to get over there and unload a lot of those bins so that I can reuse them and also just sort of start to organize some stuff on the floor. So when I do get the shelves in there, it's going to be easier to put the sets onto the shelves. At this point, if we just get some large totes with lids, or if I just empty a bunch of the totes or bins that are over there, then I should be able to pack up the rest of this and do it in maybe one or two more truckloads. For example, all the buildable figures up here and all the TIE fighters, like I could fit all of that in like 2 or 3 large bins, and then that would be empty. Then I can start moving these shelves. So it should be pretty rock solid if I do what I did at like the beginning of this video. If we get it all in bins and then I lay 4 shelves on the side and then I put the bins on top and on the sides and in the front of the shelves, then it should be good to go. Like it should be, like I said, maybe 2 or 3 more loads for all the remaining sets in this studio. And then I'll have to figure out what we're going to do with these 2 bad boys down there. So here's the state of the van right now. Oh my gosh, it looks like a dangerous load. But hey, there hasn't really been any casualties yet. In fact, the only casualties that have occurred have either been from me dropping sets or, I don't know, some pieces might have fallen off when they get stuffed into these boxes. But honestly, like the transport in the van, like this has been the safest way to transport the Lego. Of course, I could individually plastic wrap each set, or I could individually bubble wrap each set, but that would just take so long. I'd be moving Lego for months. And if Lego sets are remaining intact and things are going smoothly, then I don't see why I just wouldn't do it this way. It just makes sense to me. It's quick, efficient, gets the job done. This keeps getting crazier and crazier. Oh my gosh, I can't believe there's still so much to move. Like, this is just wild. I'm thinking what I could do, might be fun to do actually, is to empty all of these boxes and add them to the hoard in the middle of the room and have like the entire collection on the floor. Wouldn't that be cool? Just to have it all, bam. You could like walk around it and look at it just like this. I think that would be pretty neat, pretty fun to do. And then I could just like pick it up off the floor after the shelves are installed and just move them onto the shelves and sort of pick and choose the sets I want. Look how small this cabinet looks in here though. That's sweet. Maybe once we get the shelves flanking this entire room, maybe I can somehow make like a 4-sided cabinet like that. So it's got these on all 4 sides, like the displays, and then it's like one big square in the center, and you put some massive sets on there, like a diorama or something. Well, yeah, this is getting pretty wild here. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm exhausted. And I knew it would take this long. I knew it would be this many trips. And I think we're right on the tail end of it, which is pretty exciting. So there we go. Another load done. Let's load up those shelves. So yeah, I decided to put all the vehicles here. I just thought it was a good idea because these shelves used to host the vehicles. I literally just brought them over here. So I figured why not empty that box and put them back on these shelves. I did evenly space the shelves though, and I think that just looks nice and consistent. They add a really nice pop of color over here. I love it. I think it's fantastic. I don't know if the vehicles are going to stay here forever. I think these shelves might change over time, but I like the look of them right now. So all of these cars were pretty much thrown into one box. There are some rebrickable models in the mix, and the rebrickable models aren't as strong or aren't as well put together as the Lego models. So some of the rebrickable models sort of blew up, and I've got a few spare pieces right here. So I put all of these vehicles pretty much in 1 or 2 boxes, and that's all the pieces that remain. So I've just got to go through and figure out where those go. It shouldn't be very hard. Like, this is obviously from a dark red vehicle, so either from the Harley Davidson or the vintage truck, etc., etc. I think that'll be fairly easy to do. Up top, I put the Concorde jet. I thought that was pretty neat, right beside the Jurassic Park gate, the T-Rex Rampage set. And then there is the Titanic, which I think is a beauty, right beside the globe, and then Mickey and Minnie. Now this shelf here, it used to have the Batwing on it. So when I bring more Billies, what I'm going to do is just swap this shelf out because I don't want to put the Batwing there. I think the Batwing belongs with all the other Batmobiles. And I also don't feel like taking this apart. You can see how it is put in there with screws and brackets and then the little things that hold the shelf in place. I really don't feel like undoing that and then redoing it later, so I may as well just swap that out when I bring more shelves. I think it's pretty cool seeing the computer here, especially when it's on and you got all the lights and everything and you can look in and see the graphics card and everything. I think that's a pretty cool concept. It just went to sleep though. But yeah, then you can have like the lights here, and it gets it up off the floor too. I don't want the dust going into the computer, so I think it's good to have that up off the floor. Yeah, I really like the shelves behind the desk there. I know underneath it looks a little bit strange, but I could put some shelves in the lower sections and I could use those for storage. Or what I could do is get more drawer units and more cabinets, which I want to do anyway, and I could put some under here as well. The wheel table doesn't really belong there. I'm going to put some regular legs on that so that just will clean that up a little bit. And then the wheel table will just be free floating in this area. I'll use it for reviews or sorting or whatever it may be. And then over here, I need 4 more legs. Unfortunately, I don't have the legs, but I do have another small table, which is going to go right here and complete the circuit of tables. And then when the kids' table isn't in use, I'll just tuck it underneath the table. So that'll clean that up. I just need to get 4 more legs, and I also need to build this Alex unit. I still don't have it in me to build IKEA furniture, and I actually forgot my drill, so I'm not going to do that without a drill. So down here, oh yeah, and then I brought all these up too. I'm sure if you saw that in yesterday's video, all the space stuff. And I'm thinking, once I start bringing over the sheets of melamine, I'm going to cut a perfect size sheet for here, and I think I'm going to put all the space stuff on top. But look at all the sets down there. I sort of did what I was mentioning earlier, and that is unpack a bunch of boxes just to sort of piece things back together in case they were damaged. And I'll tell you right now, there wasn't a whole lot of damage, like barely anything, and everything went back together. So that's good. So I emptied a ton of boxes. All those boxes right over here. I emptied all those. So you know what? Let's get these out and rebuilt if need be. And then I can reuse those boxes for transporting more sets over here. And just pop them on the floor, and then I can go through and just sort of pick and choose the sets, like pick all the Batman sets out, go build the Batman shelf, so I can actually see it and visualize, and then it's going to be a lot easier. For example, bringing all those space sets up there was super easy because they were all together on the ground, so I just grabbed all the space sets and brought them up. So there you go. It sort of worked out. There are a few boxes that remain, like this big boy. I should probably do that one. This one is the damaged Hogwarts Express that I was talking about. And then there's a couple other big ones here as well. But I've got some other stuff that I need to take care of, so I need to run. So that really is about it for today. I feel like I got quite a bit done, reconfigured up here. I think the shelves look fantastic. And set up those sets, brought in, what was it, 2 loads? I can't even remember, 2 loads I think it was, and unpacked all that Lego down there. So things are coming along smoothly. Everybody, thank you so much for coming on by. Please remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned. Farewell.